morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning, Chris, John, Will, Shadow. What's up, man? You've been in the shadows. Tony, good morning. David, how's it going? Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Okay, so today we do have a Fed speaker at 9:45. I think I saw. However, it's a low impact Fed speaker, but as we know right now, Fed speakers can even low impact can be significant. So also tomorrow is a bank holiday, Veterans Day. So we'll see what price action looks like today. And then Wednesday's supposed to be CPI. I don't think we get that report, but we'll see if we do. The government shutdown there was some type of agreement made yesterday, but they still have to have the House vote, Senate vote. They have to vote. And there's no, that I've seen just as of a little bit ago, no schedule on that yet. So we'll see when it opens. But Ali, good morning. So let's go into this analysis here. Weekly chart. Last week we did close down. This week, so far we have our open right here. I'm not going to mark it because we have a new week opening gap there. But let's see so basically on the weekly chart, if we have another down week, we'll get a SIBI here. So we'll see this week if we're going to rebalance this. We might do that. That way we have an immediate rebalance. Let's go to the daily chart. Like last week, I kept talking about we're going to eventually rebalance all this imbalance here, and we did. We closed down here. Now we're pulling back up. Here's the thing. So we still have this daily fair value gap right here, okay? Right there, which I have my quadrants marked there. However, if we're going to be bearish, we're going to stay bearish, this up close candle should stay pretty well respected. So we could see it pull up into this area, and it shouldn't trade higher than this down close or up close candle if we're going to remain bearish. Okay. So I also have this wick right here marked out, this discount wick with these quadrants in case if that is what happens and we pull down. However, we do have that fair value gap up there, so we could see it come up and trade into it. So this is going to be a crucial area right in here. Now let's jump down to the 4 hour. 4 hour we do have, and see, here's the thing. We did take these highs up here. We have this inversion down here, and we gapped up and just moving up. And this is also our new week opening gap for this week. So we'll see if we have this 4 hour fair value gap right here. So we'll see if we trade up into here, come back to this area, and then continue up, or if there's a lot of options right now. It's only Monday, so it's just looking at what could happen. We could just go ahead and trade through this and go up to that daily fair value gap. Or, if it pulls back into here, that's where we got to see. There's a lot of good points right now to analyze and see what happens when it gets to those. So here's the 1 hour. We had these highs, traded up through it. Now we have this upper fair value gap right here in the 1 hour. I want to see what we're going to do here, if we're going to stay in the lower half or what we're going to do, because then we have this move up with all these fair value gaps on this 1 hour chart. So again, crucial areas, just really seeing what price does in them, and it's basically all we could do for now is just kind of sit and wait. 15-minute chart, same thing. We're just expanding up, and right now I'm pretty much was focused on, if I zoom into this area right here, because we have our new week opening gap down lower. So what stood out to me right away was all these relative equal highs right in here, and then these relative equal lows all in here. So that's kind of my morning buy side, sell side liquidity. And that's actually inside that London range as well still. So now you see we're just blasting through that buy side liquidity. We had this 15-minute overlapping that 1 hour fair value gap right in there. This was an old new week opening gap as well. So at the moment, I just want to see, are we going to take this buy side and continue down? Are we going to stay in this lower half of this 1 hour fair value gap? Or are we going to trade all the way up and rebalance this 1 hour fair value gap? Which is a very good possibility. And from there, if I zoom out more, the only thing above that I have is this high way up here. So that marked that as a buy side liquidity as well. And above, inside this 1 hour fair value gap, we have some new day opening gaps, a low of the opening range gap that never got traded through, and the high of the new week opening gap there as well. So plenty of reasons to go either side here. Just kind of wait. But also, like I said, we have it could be a funny day because it's the day before a bank holiday as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Just got to kind of be patient here. Have the new week opening gap. And let's see if I go down. There's not much on the 5 minute. I mean, look at this. Let me go back to 1 minute. We'll just watch and wait. Yeah, see, Shadow just makes guest appearances now. Patience is going to be the name of the game today. Let's go to the new opening range gap and see what that looks like. Nice big opening range gap. We have our open here. Our close right there. What just happened? Okay. Oh. Opening range gap. All right. Got that. Gonna lock that in because I'm not sure that we come down and close that today. Could. Let's see. Let's double check some of these other opening range gaps. Let's go to the 15-minute chart here. Yeah, see this one that we got down, we closed. We still have this one right here that I was just showing the low. We never closed that one. You can see that stayed open. So now we've gapped up. We may be heading back up there to get there. So been getting a lot of volatility lately. That opening volatility where it opens and we just see it go and then it kind of stalls out after 10 a.m. for a little while. But last week, the last, couple days, we got some, I mean, it moved, it expanded big time. Yeah, we might get a power of 3. Like I say, right now I'm just being pretty patient because there's a lot of crucial areas I'm watching at the moment. And like I said, there's that. I typically, before the bank holiday, a lot of bank holidays come like on a Monday. So you really don't have to worry about it being in the middle of the week. Like tomorrow. It's like, dang. And I don't trade on bank holidays, even though the futures market will be open. But when the bank's closed, I'm closed. Hitting the midpoint of that new week opening gap there. How about y'all? Anybody trade during bank holidays? That's when Chris YOLOs, by the way. Did y'all have a good weekend? Anybody do anything exciting over the weekend? I didn't. I had I had a one of my daughter's birthday parties yesterday afternoon, so that was cool. Then both of my girls had cheer competitions Saturday morning, so did that. That was about it. Breaking a tooth. You broke a tooth, Chris? Man. Don't bite too hard, man. Lots of cleaning, typhoon, then super. I saw that, John. Man, that's... Oof. Yeah, for sure. Always nice spending time with the kids, family time, all that. And you got to get some chart time in there, Will. It's okay. You're not right in the head, but are any of us right in the head? We chose an industry that has a 90% fail rate. That's what we chose. So are we right in the head? Nice, Chris. Y'all heading out, driving out west, hitting that west coast. Shadow, he has to give you a heads up. Is that what it is? Babysitting your grandson, Tony? That's nice. Every grandparent says the same thing. It's a blessing and amazing to be a grandparent because you do all the fun stuff, do all the spoiling, all that, and just hand them right back over to parents. I have 3, Oracle. I have 3. 19. One's about to be 17 in 9 days, and then the other one's 10. Let's see here. Well, what if Shadow wanted to go out of town? What if he wanted to go on vacation, Chris? He'll just load up in the in the RV with you. Got a spare room in that thing? Chris bought a nice RV earlier this year. He's been doing some traveling. There you go. See, it sleeps 10. You could throw Shadow in there. Oh, Shadow, just bring the in-laws with you. Right, Chris? Let's make it a big old family event in the RV. Hit the Grand Canyon or something. All right, this thing is just pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. So that's the real reason. Shadow, you're coming along as an insurance policy. You can fix the RV. Will, 9:45 on Monday and already got FOMO. Yeah. Might finally get it first presented. That's what you said there, Chris. Well, we have one right here at 9:30. Oh no, that's 9:30. Yeah. Might get it first presented for value gap, which we got right there. It's very small, so I wouldn't think it's that significant. We're still in the lower half of this 1 hour fair value gap. What I'm looking at here, what I'm going to want to see is on the 15-minute chart here, we can see the open in this expansion of this 15-minute candle right here. We know the first 30 minutes of the market open is typically manipulation. So what I'll want to see is if we get this fair value gap in the next 12 and a half minutes, somewhere in here, which we probably will, I want to see if we trade back through it. What do we do in that fair value gap? Because there's lots of reasons to come down, but like I said, on the higher time frames, we may rebalance this 1 hour fair value gap. We might try to get up into this daily fair value gap before a potential coming down. Or if price really wanted to stay bearish, it would respect that up closed candle on the daily chart right here, which so far it is. Let me mark out the midpoint of it right here real quick. We're hitting the midpoint of it right now. So it should respect this area. Let's see, what's 645.75. Should respect that if we're going to stay, if like it's really going to stay bearish, that's what it should respect. I'm just going to mark it as a daily candle mid just to see what happens. You see how it respected it? Like, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. If it's going to stay very bearish, like, it might not. Like, that's just something you got to watch. You're always looking for reasons and anticipation. It's not something you just say, oh, yeah, that's it. It's confirmed. It's not. But I like the reaction off of it because if it really wants to stay highly bearish, it should respect it. And you're seeing that respecting. We do have a 5-minute fair value gap we're about to pull back to. Right here. So I'm going to see the reaction in that. Like, you can't make this up. Get that reaction off the midpoint of it. Midpoint of that candle. That daily candle. Like, these are all the little things, but when you realize all those little things matter so much, they're not that little. Trading straight through, rebalanced that 5-minute fair value gap completely. This very well could have been our manipulation, like I said there. We'll see if we get rebalanced, do an immediate rebalance on this 15-minute candle or not. Right here, this candle, we may do an immediate rebalance of it. If we're going to be bearish, we'll see. It's Monday. It is Monday. This could simply just be a pullback before it keeps going up. Let's go ahead and mark this out as an inversion and see what happens if we come back to it. I like my inversions yellow. Still in the lower half of this 1 hour fair value gap, which is good. Reaction off the midpoint of that daily candle. We have this little inversion, so we'll see if we can hold up here. This is not enough to say we're going short yet. We rebalanced that 5-minute fair value gap. Have not inverted it, but we rebalanced it, I believe. Let's see, what's the low here? The low is 591.50. The high of this candle is 591.75. One tick away. All right. Hey, Max. Happy Monday. Nice. Good job, Max. Took some buys in that move up. After the open in this run up here, is that what you're talking about? Took some buys in there? Oh, nice. Pre-market. Hopped in pre-market. All right, now we completely rebalanced that 5-minute fair value gap. We traded through the low, or I'm sorry, through the high of this wick here that created it. Right there. So it's a rebalance. Not an inversion, just a rebalance. So now, let's see where we go. Yeah, 5 minutes and we'll get that 15-minute fair value gap. So I want to see the reaction to this inversion. And let's see if we get a fair value gap in here. Obviously, if I'm looking for a short, I would need displacement, more displacement lower. But I'm only, like, I want this to shape up, though, first before I consider a short. Because this simply could just be a pullback. We might reclaim this fair value gap. If all we needed to do is just make this pullback, come back up, reclaim this, and then keep going up. So this high needs to be protected if we're going to go short. So basically, like kind of what I talked about before, this high would be a long-term high if it stays protected. And then we should make, a short-term high in here. Should make an intermediate term high in here somewhere, and then another short-term high, and then displace down with a fair value gap if we create some type of structure in here. I remember I used to only trade pre-market. I used to trade from 8:30 to 9:30. No, was it 8:30, 9:30? Yeah, I think that was the time I traded. Yeah, it was 8:30 to 9:30, and it was pretty good. Obviously some days you'd get nothing when it's just in like an accumulation. If it's in an accumulation, you might not get anything at all. But all right, so now if we do come down, I'd be looking at this right here to become an inversion. Like if I was going to go short, I would need price to come down below this swing and create an inversion out of this fair value gap right here. So, but see how it completely traded straight through this inversion? That's why I didn't think this one would really do much. And I'm more concerned about protecting this high if I was looking to go short. I'm not convinced. That's why I'm not convinced on a short right now. And if this high gets taken out, then I believe we're going to just go ahead and rebalance this 1 hour fair value gap and get up to this 720 to 760 area. It's about to be 10 a.m. There we go. We took the high there. We may be getting, or we will be getting this fair value gap right here. This would be one that I would probably look to enter as a long here. Because now I don't believe we're coming down. We might be getting another one right here. Maybe. Nope. All right, now we're hitting this fair value gap. This would be where I need it to trade above. to confirm an entry. Now, if we get an inversion here, I might have to change my opinion a little bit. But remember, we got this lower one as well right here. So it's 10 a.m., so we're getting that volatility spike is all that's really happening here. We got our 10 a.m. range now. Our opening range. Here's our opening range. Here's the high. Equilibrium right here. I'm watching on my 1 minute, though, on my other chart, other screen, to see how we're closing in this fair value gap. Because the 15-second, it's going to work its way around in there a little bit. But the bodies on the 1 minute are staying in the upper half of this fair value gap. It's looking a little heavy. Not sure this holds up here or not. Let's see. Because you see, we were in the middle. That reaction right here at the middle of that 1 hour fair value gap, that's a crucial area right here, consequent encroachment. So I'm really watching this to see. We rebalanced this 1 minute fair value gap. I'll only have about a 20-point stop if I take this change in the state of delivery right here on the 15-second. I don't think we get it, though. Yeah, look at that. See, now we're trading like this fair value gap right here is really not. It's a little too close to be comfortable in this one. Like it's rebalanced. We have this volume imbalance here that it was going for. Let's see. We got that 15-minute fair value gap. I might give this a shot. Maybe. Maybe if we get this. Yep. I'm going long here. Let's stop at this low at 620. This one's a little risky because of how we traded all the way through that fair value gap. But I like how we came back up and closed here. Let's see, what am I at? 640. Got a 20-point stop. Let's see. We go for about 680 here. We haven't been able to get above this, the midpoint of that 1 hour fair value gap. Let's see what we do here. And the reason why I say it's a little risky, though, too, is because we haven't crossed this 1 hour fair value gap, the midpoint, but also we did rebalance this one, so it could come down to this lower fair value gap right here. But we'll see. I only got a 20-point stop, so that's what I do like. And once it takes this high, if it takes this high up here, I may move to break even unless we get something else on the 1 minute. I mean, yeah, the 1 minute that I like. If not, then I may move to break even if we take this high up here. If it really struggles, then, you know. Yeah, if we take this high, this opening range high, we should keep going, but I'll probably move up to break even once we take that high, because it is struggling a little bit right here. We have this volume imbalance right there. Now that we've traded through it, I want to see price stay above it. Right here. Now I traded through it. I want to see it go, but really struggle. Really struggle right now. I might exit this soon. I mean, it's still valid, but it's just I don't like whenever it really struggles at an area like this. Failing to continue and displace higher. Let's see. Give it another little opportunity here. If it fails again, I might close it. Yeah, see. Back into this fair value gap. It's not going to make it. Should have taken off already. So the fact that it struggled here so much and didn't take off, it's lower probability. I mean, yeah, we're still above this fair value gap, which is good, but it's really struggling here. Really struggling. I like what it's doing there, but it's still not. It's looking like it's not wanting to go. Let's see. All right. If it's going to go, it's got to go now. Yeah, I'm closing this. I'm out of that. I don't like the way it's reacting, and it might go, and that's fine. But this is too much struggle here. Too much struggle. It should have already displaced up. It's after 10-10 now. It's probably gonna it's probably gonna go now that I'm out of it. But what I will do is I'll watch for another potential entry here. Yeah, see, of course now it's gonna go. Of course, that's how it works, Chris. But you see, with this, the reason why I was a little also hesitant to stay in, because we rebalanced this and we're still inside this opening range. It'll probably, it very well could go, but we're still inside this opening range and we're right at the midpoint consequent encroachment of that 1 hour fair value gap. That's the biggest thing I didn't like about it not going while I'm sitting in that trade. Because if it was going to go, it should have just gone. And the fact that it's really hesitating right here at the consequent encroachment of that 1 hour fair value gap, that made it, and we're still inside the opening range, that made me a little like, and we rebalanced this 1 minute fair value gap already. I mean, I did like the reaction right here on this pullback inside it, but didn't love it. Yeah, didn't love it. So took a little small hit there, 6 points, no big deal. Yeah, it's got to show me now that it wants to stay above this opening range. Let's go ahead and throw out some deviations, some dev levels there with this opening range. Got the 0.25 at 681, the 0.5 at 705, and the -1 right up here. But see, and y'all know too, when I take trades, I don't like taking, I prefer to not take a trade after it's ran up to keep going up. Like I like to be in, premium discount. I like to respect those. But you can see how it's still struggling here. Like, man, it's not looking great. Here's that 15-minute fair value gap that we got. So I want to see if we come back to it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. All right. Sorry, I ignored the chat there for a minute because I was in a trade and I was about to take a trade. Yeah. Yeah, struggling. What does it take to enter off the 15 seconds? So you're looking for a change in the state of delivery. Once it reaches on the 1 minute into the 1 minute fair value gap right here. So reached in, then I go to the 15 second, and you look for a change in the state of delivery on the 15 second. That's your confirmation. So the change, so it has to close above it, like this candle here. And then the next candle has to go above that candle. So like here we came down, we took these lows, and then technically, no, I wouldn't have considered this one. But this one was the one I was really looking at. So basically, if price traded back above these down close candles here, closed above that, and then the next bar goes above it, which it did right here, that's when I get in, and my stop is at the swing low. So see, I would have taken a full hit on this if I did not get out. So glad I got out. Which I'm going to do a video on the 15-second chart sometime. All right, now we have an inversion here. Here, let's get rid of this guy. This one's an inversion now. So we'll see if we're going to reclaim it or what we're going to do, because price action's a little not on the best side here. Were you long, Chris? Did you take that same long? Didn't get a fair value gap here, but we do have this inversion. Yeah, you stayed in, I guess. Yeah, I did not like. See, it gives you all the signals most of the time, whether or not to stay in trades or stay out. That one was like, yeah, I didn't like that one. Take my little 6-point loss on that for sure. Live with that. I mean, there's many factors to that. Like I said, we're at the midpoint of that 1 hour fair value gap. Price is obviously having a reaction to it. The opening range, we're still inside the opening range. We have not closed above it yet. So another sign of like, hey, this might be an area you want to wait to make sure it really wants to go long from. So, see, in this pullback, we don't have a fair value gap. And we reclaimed this one now. So it's a little, like, gotta be cautious for sure right now. Nice. You got out at break even. I had that opportunity a couple times, and, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, all right, I want to get out at break even, but then all of a sudden it jumps up 10, 20 ticks in your favor. And you're like, all right, well, let's see if it gets a little space. Then I'll go to break even. And then it comes back down. It's like, oh, crap. So, yeah, I wanted to go to break even a few times on that, and I had the opportunity. Let me get rid of this now. But I'll still settle with the I'll still settle with my 6-point loss. Oh, come on. 6-point loss. That's fine. And that's my focus, right? That's my focus with this confirmation is less losses, obviously, smaller losses, and more probably break-even trades. Yeah, I will. All right, so we've reclaimed this fair value gap, but now we're just in a little funky spot here. And keep in mind, we could come back to this 15-minute fair value gap. And that's the next area that I was explaining. If we get that 15-minute fair value gap, I want to see how does price react inside here. Because if it rebalances it and continues, we could see it then go ahead and be bearish. However, since we're inside this opening range, we could see it come back to it and do this and then continue up. Yeah, exactly. The 10 a.m. death of momentum. Yeah, for sure. Well, let's see here. We have this fair value gap, but this one, yeah, I was gonna say if we show some signs of displacement with a SIBI, a bearish fair value gap there, might be worth taking it down to the 15-minute fair value gap, but maybe not. Maybe not. And then we have this one still that was untouched. That we have to see how it reacts in there. Reminder, so I won't be streaming tomorrow because I don't trade tomorrow with it being the bank holiday. Just want to put that out there. And then we have this little fair value gap. I don't want to consider anything with that, but just knowing it's there is a good thing. Could have ourselves a bullish order block right here in a fair value gap if this comes up. That could send price higher. Maybe, maybe not. So look where the bodies have closed. Right at the 1 hour, midpoint of that 1 hour fair value gap. Look where price is right now. The wicks. All you have is wicks above it. Here we are on the 15-second. I'm just going to monitor this area right here if we come back into it. I'm not really excited on anything long just yet. Exactly, Max. Wicks do the damage and the bodies tell the story. Exactly. I mean, you can see it right there, pretty clear. So that's why I'm not excited about any longs right now. It's the 15-second. I honestly prefer if we were going to go long that we go ahead and get a closure above these highs, above the 1 hour, the midpoint of the 1 hour fair value gap, above the opening range high, up here with a nice fair value gap that we respect and stay in, and it could just keep price moving along higher. Because anything in this range right here could be iffy between like this area. So that's why I'm more so was just kind of wanting to watch this to see. Because, yeah, there we go. Now we're kind of trying to show its hand a little bit here. Let's see if it does. If we don't get anything convincing here, we're getting close to my 10:30 time that I will call it a day. I have my deviations up here as potential targets. Yeah, exactly, Will. Need displacement either side out of this range. Like if it just keeps doing this, wicking up, coming back, wicking up, then I don't. That's what I don't like. Man, it is freezing in my office. And I like to keep it cool because it does get warm in here because it's my little. If I don't, then with the equipment and everything I have in here, if I don't keep the AC running, it'll get pretty hot. Yeah, consistency rules. I mean, that's a real thing, right? Like obviously you have to follow consistency rules, but at the same time, if you are overall consistent with your trading and you take a bigger win than normal because you just had a really good day, that's okay. You know, you just got to keep trading. That's really the only thing. You probably have to keep trading a few extra days just to keep your balance higher, to get it higher to balance out the consistency. But if you are consistent, you know, then it'll work out. It'll balance out. It's just for the people that aren't consistent and they just got one lucky big trade and they can't do it again. Like they can't keep building their balance up. It's just because they, YOLO'd and got a lucky trade. That's really what the consistency rules for any prop firm are, just for that. But if you are a decently consistent trader, you follow rules, you know what you're doing, and you just have a big day, that's fine. Just keep trading. The profit's there. That's the important thing. Yeah, this isn't looking like I'm going to get much else. We'll keep waiting, but let's see. We got this candle right here. If it's going to keep going up, it should respect this one. But then again, we have this order block here we could potentially go down to in this area right here. Nice, Max. That's good to hear. And that's also like I've always done that this way because I've always said too, I've traded my live accounts with my prop firm accounts, and you do have to have patience and trade them the right way, right? But also think about it. All the prop firms that you see, all of them talk about now live, taking traders live, path to live. And a lot of them, many of them are putting caps on, like your funded accounts. You're capped and then you got to go to live. So once you go to live, there is it's a difference, right? So, and the reason is because you can't just, if you blow accounts, it's not the same. And I don't know all the companies, all the prop firms, the different prop firms policies of once you go live and if you blow that live, how you come back in. I'm sure they vary a little bit differently, but I can't imagine they just want a very open revolving door of, we took this person live, they blew it, now they came back around, and a few weeks later, let's take them back live. Because that's a lot of work. And whoever their broker is, I'm not sure if they would love that either. So, see, look at this here. Got some closure above that opening range. And it's just, really, really having a hard time there. Here's that area I wanted to see. It's 10:30. Hitting that order block right here. The bodies tell the story. So even if it overshoots, if it keeps overshooting this, and we keep seeing bodies closing right around here, that's a good sign that we're going to just keep going up. But at this point, with price action the way it is, I'm not really excited about anything in the time right now. So there we go. Hit that fair value gap now. Yeah, for sure, Max. Monday morning market manipulators. 4 M's there. Basically, I mean, I don't like it. Tapped that right there. I don't like how the market is up here. So even if I get a closure up above this right here, I'm still not very confident in it. It's a 15-second chart. Yeah, so my live account took only a $125 hit. My PA account took only a $46 hit. So I can live with that today. Hopefully now I can get the rest of my PAs back if start getting these news reports again, because y'all know I like to go aggressive on evaluations. Hmm. I mean, look at that. Same thing, man. This has been happening so much. That 9:30, 10 a.m. run, and then just like Will said there, the 10 a.m. death. After 10 a.m., death of price action. Oops. We might get this could be a bullish order block on this 1 minute chart here if we continue up. We did go right into this order block. You see how the bodies still stayed above it. I'm not liking it. I am not liking it. It could stay like this until lunchtime. So, yeah, I'm going to call it. I don't like it. If by 10:30 I haven't got my trade, which I did take a trade, didn't pan out, took 6-point loss, I'll live. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I like typically the market to give me what I want within the first hour, as y'all know. So, yeah, this looks like a day for me. Yeah. Let's get a Trump tweet to get this going. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop off. Don't want to do anything I don't want to do, so gonna hop off. I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday is CPI. Maybe. I don't think we get the report, but we'll see. So be careful with that. And yeah, I'll see y'all Wednesday. If you're gonna trade the rest of the day, always be careful and trade well, everybody. Take care. See y'all Wednesday.